good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Backstage Memo TV. My name is Allison Rouse, your most notorious groupie and author of We've Got Tonight, The Life and Times of Notorious Groupie, me. Hope everybody's doing fantastic as always. Welcome back, and thank you to everybody subscribing and who's returning. Those of you who are not subscribed but are returning or just wandering onto the channel, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. Lots of good stuff happening here. You'll want to stick around. And today on our midweek Rocky Talkie episode, I'm going to answer some Q&A. I put up on my Instagram and my Facebook book page some questions that people wanted to know. And we're just going to have a free form, pick whatever cocktail you'd like. I'm having a little bit of strawberry margaritas. So, everybody kick up your feet. Let's have a little Rocky Talkie, shall we? Cheers, big ears. So, and that was actually one of the questions. Why do I say cheers, big ears? It's a habit because a roadie friend who used to work for Robert Plant, his name was Robbie. Unfortunately, he committed suicide a couple years or so after working for Robert Plant. Robbie Jarvis was his name. But that's what he always said. Whenever we'd be hanging out, he'd be like, cheers, big ears. He was Australian. So, cheers, big ears. That's where I get that. So, that's the first answer. Alright. The biggest question I got was about James Hetfield. Can you tell me more about your relationship with James? Yes, I can. And I will in future vlogs. It will come to light. I just have such a hard time letting the rest of the world know about really my more personal, private, what I consider the more intimate side of my relationship with the rockers. You know, the sex, drugs, and rock and roll, to me, that's not the intimacy. The heart and soul, the relationships, the things that were said in private that meant something is extremely hard for me to talk about and extremely private. Because writing a book, you've got to save something for yourself that you can still just have for yourself. So, obviously, did I have a long-term thing with James? Yes, I did. About 5 years. Through the, we met on the Master of Puppets tour. We hung out through And Justice and the Black tour as lovers, couple, whatever, road couple. So we were a road couple, absolutely. But we will get into more about James in other vlogs. So, another reason for you to hit the subscribe and like button, because you'll want to hear this. And I'll touch more on the dynamics of things and how it ended, because a couple people did ask, how did things with James end? Well, we'll get into that. If you've read the book, you've heard me talk about the Bermuda Triangle that was the Black Tour. Lordy, lordy. Yep, I was a victim of the Bermuda Triangle. So, I will get more into the actual relationship side with James as the best that I can comfortably do. And like I said, there are some things that I would like to keep for myself. So, but I'll tell you guys a lot more. Alright, so second book. Another big question I had. Yes, I've been working on a second book on and off for years. As you guys have seen, I posted a vlog about the road to my book because, you know, it's a pretty long road and I've been pretty busy. So working on the book, along a second book, along with taking care of the first book, has always been on the back burner. But I am writing a second book, and it will be more of the intimate side of the relationships and everything that happened after 2002. Because I kind of end my book, I do talk the last two chapters. I'm like, yes, I'm still hanging out, I'm still a groupie. It's kind of a different sense now because I'm kind of sailed beyond groupie, and I'm looked at even a little bit more different now. So So for my second book, I will absolutely touch on more of the private side of relationships, approach some rockers that I did not talk about in the first book, like Adam Clayton of U2. More on Dave Gahan from Depeche Mode. Jay Aston from Gene Loves Jezebel, and this one's for you, Miss Dane Alexander. Yes, I will be talking about Jay. Such a sweetheart. There will be his own vlog. I'm kind of trying to take my vlogs as chronologically as I can without, skipping back and forth. So I know I do with like Vinny or Steve Jones or with the John Entwistle vlog. Yes, I kind of skipped around, but I'm trying to do more chronological. So that will be coming up soon, Miss Dane Alexander. I will be talking about Jay. I don't know if he watches these or not. We are friends on Facebook and Instagram. We follow each other, so I don't know. Find out, Jay, what I'm going to say about you. It's going to be good because I wouldn't be in contact with you. I wouldn't still want to know what you're up to if I didn't enjoy it. So, more is coming on Jay Aston from Gene Loves Jezebel. Now, the Jay Aston that's on some Who's Dated Who site is a woman. I have no idea who that bitch Jay Aston is. I can tell you exactly who Jay Aston from Gene Loves Jezebel, one of the twin brothers, is. He's the good one. So, stay tuned for that vlog as well. Okay, so, let's see what other ones. Mick Jagger. I don't touch up on Mick Jagger too much in the book, for one reason only. Mick is the biggest rock star that every other groupie from the 70s has to talk about, and everybody has. Every groupie from the 70s has talked about him, and Jimmy Page. Like I said, I just sort of brushed past them, really, in the book. So, that's why I don't talk too much about Mick Jagger. It's not because I'm lying, like Spammy DeBar said. Trust me, honey, he jumped off you for his friends. He didn't do no jumping off me, he stayed. So, that's why I don't talk too much about Mick Jagger, because like I said, every other groupie in the history of rock and roll that's had him has bragged and talked about him. So, with my book, I kind of try to tend to talk about rockers that nobody else has talked about. Like Vinnie Paul, like Metallica, like AC/DC, Scorpions. I try to and obviously I gear my book to the relationships that were more prevalent in my personal life. And Mick was fun, he was great, he was a blast, the best mouth I've ever had. It's one guy who's not getting that tap, tap, tap. He's going, I'm going to stay there. So that's why I don't talk about Mick Jagger. Every other groupie in the history of groupiness has talked about him. So there's no need for me to. Okay? Alright, how old am I? That was a big one. I'm 51. I just turned 51 on August 29th. I got a lot of happy birthdays on July 29th because, again, that Who's Dated Who website has reported that my birthday is in July. It's not. I'm a Virgo. August 29th. Born 1970. 51 years old. So there you go. Not bad. I'm not complaining. Still within 10 pounds of my stripper weight. Sometimes 15, but, we all need Ben and Jerry's over a weekend once in a while. So, yeah, 51, born August 29th, 1970. Not at all in July. And speaking of age, one of the big question that I got, did David Lee Roth or any of the other rockers find out my age, me and my friends' ages, while we were still hanging out with them when they were underage? Don't ask, don't tell was kind of always our policy. Like I said, the boys, all they saw was fake IDs. Maybe a couple of the bands we hung out with did find out our ages. I mean, we did slip up in front of Def Leppard, Kristen and I did. and we were talking about good thing we skipped school today to be here with the boys. So that might have been, but we had IDs that said they were 21, so it was kind of blown over. Did a couple of them find out? Yeah, probably. But like I said, we had fake IDs, so it was completely irrelevant. I will always stand by the boys because they didn't come after us. We were never R. Kelly'd or Marilyn Manson or anything like that. Not at all. Ever. We were the man-eaters, me and my friends. We were out there looking for them. So, don't blame any of the guys. Most of them know they did not know that we were underage. Did David Lee Roth find out? After the fact, maybe. Years and years after the fact, maybe. But probably not. Some rockers are just finding out through my vlogs. 30 some odd years later. So, no, I don't think, actually I don't think they really knew until after we all turned 18 and the rule for backstage was changed. So, by the time they found out, we were legal anyway. Alright, what else do I have here? Oh, Sean Mulvey, you are not the greatest squirt gun guy. You guys got pulled over by the cops playing with squirt guns. Come on now. We kicked your asses. I'm not gonna relent. And trust me, I'm gonna take your wife and me, and it's gonna be girls against boys again. We'll kick your asses again. Bring it. Bring it on, boy. Alright. John Sykes, I've gotten a few questions about him. I don't know really what to say too much about John Sykes because we were never really a couple. We hung out in New York City a couple times. I will vlog about that more. But he was just someone I liked having as my little beautiful trophy boy, my trophy rocker. I know that sounds cold and distant, but like I said, me and my friends were man-eaters. So he wasn't someone that I wanted to get to know on a deeper level or try and spend all this time with. Not at all. So I cannot tell you too much about John. I'm sorry. I wish I could, besides what he's like in bed. And he was funny and he was sweet, but he's also kind of selfish. I know several women that he's been with on the road that he was all into, kissing, holding hands, and then another woman walked by and blam, literally, he walked away to go fuck that other woman. Forgot about the woman he was with, that he might have flown out on the road and was with someone else. He has no respect for the women on the road like that. So kind of when I met him, I played the game, and he was kind of needy because I wasn't trying to have anything with him besides sex. And I wouldn't get deeper, so he was needy, but he's also an asshole to a lot of the girls. So if you want to be with him, be prepared that he might be pussy whipped by his girlfriend now, but no, he doesn't care. If he's just going to use you for sex, he's going to use you for sex, and that's it. Bye. See you. I do know that fact about him, so anybody who wants to be with John Sykes, just have fun with him. Use him as your toy. Nothing more. What did my parents think about my younger groupie days? My parents were divorced after 24 years of marriage, so by the time I started being a groupie, my dad lived in one state and we lived in another. So I could get away with a lot more than that my older siblings could not get away with, because, I mean, we were not even allowed to wear bikinis by my father. Now, even to this day, if we were going to a lake to go play on jet skis or something like we have in the past, no bikinis. So there wasn't much my father could do. And I'm very rebellious like my father. And my mother, she used to sneak out with her cousins in high school and go sing in a band. And they would go skinny dipping and have beers and stuff like you would in the 40s and 50s in those days. So Daddy definitely did not approve of it, didn't like it at all. Would call and lecture me about it and stuff. Did not like me wearing miniskirts. Almost beat up a couple guys looking at me for miniskirts. So didn't necessarily approve. My mom, she was more about being there because she knew her daughter was going to do what she was going to do. So she was always there, and she kind of thought it was cool in a way. And I'm the youngest of 5 kids. I'm the daughter that she kind of raised to be the more free-spirited, bohemian, artsy one. I was in and out of art classes, stuff like that my whole life. But, so was she 100% approving of it? No. She would rather I probably devoted more time to other things than I did the rock bands, but she was always there, no matter what, at 3 o'clock in the morning. Hey Mom, we're at the Marriott, can you come get us? At least at 3 o'clock in the morning, she knew her daughter was not sleeping with anybody from the band, that she was coming home and gonna go to high school the next day, because I'd get a few hours of sleep, go to high school, come home, sleep for a few hours, go out with friends, whatever, do my homework, whatever. So did they completely approve of it? Oh no, especially my dad. No. No, absolutely not. Did my mom? No, but once she met a few of them, like James Hetfield, like Vinny, a few of the rockers that she did meet, she adored them, and she saw how good that they treated her daughter, and how respectful they were, so she felt a little more safe and comfortable. But she was there 24/7. If we called her, Mommy, can you come get us, or can you take us down there, or whatever, she was always there. She loved her daughter. Might not have approved, but she loved her daughter. Well, I'm the youngest of 5 kids. I have 3 sisters and a brother, so daughters, when I say she loves her kids, she always loved her kids, so she tried to be there and support them the best that they could through anything that they did, good or bad. Alright, so somebody noticed this one that I and I don't even talk about this guy in the book, I don't talk about him at all, is Adam Clayton from YouTube. There's a reason, but I think that's one I will approach in future vlogs, because it's not just an overnight saga. So I will actually, for you guys, for you YouTube fans, I will talk more about Adam in future vlogs. So there we go. Current relationship, none your business. I like I said, there's certain things that I like to keep for myself, because we all need something that's just for us, that we don't need to share with everybody. So no wedding ring on the finger, I'll say that much. So there you go. There's a few of the more persistent questions I've got. I'll do another question and answer a few weeks down the line with other ones that I got, and see if anybody else has any more questions. So there you go, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, because we need to get my channel out to more people. YouTube loves the like button, so visit it as often as you watch my videos, okay? Also, don't forget Cocktails and Rocktails. Don't forget the merch line that I have. The link is down in the description. I've got a lot of funny shirts. I've got Backstage Bimbo merchandise. I'll post the link to my book. I'm going to update the cover here pretty soon. See what else I've got going on. Also, remember to buy the book. Don't just listen to the gossip. Don't just listen to these, because I'm not going to tell you everything that's in the book. Go buy it or read it. You can read it for free if you have Kindle or Prime. So hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bells. We'll see you next time for some Cocktails and Rocktails. Thanks, everybody.